everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Colts going up against the Seahawks. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Okay, Larry, we are just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Seahawks team as they get ready here. They, too, come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Fresh set of downs here. The gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 11 on the gain there. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Now out of the gun, and it's a fumble, and does the big boy have the juice? 30, and they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And he has reached the summit. Move over Peyton Manning. There's a new record holder at the top, partner.
And somewhere Peyton Manning is not excited about moving over, but he respects the fact that someone came and got his record. And we're here to see it. How exciting is this? Not just for us, but for all fans of football.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The 13 yards that time and a 1st. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. They have to recover a little bit. Last time they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive. Here's Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2nd down now after the pass completion. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me.
And look at this, it's a fake. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
One time, threw to my man Tim Jones on a botched field goal attempt. Hit him right in the numbers, and Jonesy just dropped it.
Oh, the poor guy. Well, we got a fake punt here, and this guy caught it, so I think he and his friends will be okay with that one.
And he loves his play call, right? He's been waiting for this one all week long.
Been had that arm loosened up ever since they got to the stadium. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finding time. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They come up in an offset eye. Now back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 2. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Their big tight end, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. They come out here in the I. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now Locke. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out here in the I. They go play action here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
17, got it. Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle. Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. Red 38.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
As a defender, when you know that you're in man coverage and you know that you don't have any help deep, you've got to make sure you stay inside on the receivers because that's the quickest way to get beat if you allow them to go across the middle.
Here we go. What?
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
He's got time, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Room here to run. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
First down.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. He's going to loft. That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And let's see, 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back here right after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. 3rd and long. It's Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Ooh, with a juke. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learned that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Here we go, D. All day. Come on, let's go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
56. Mike.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. And another timeout taken by the Colts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Andrew Luck now, he gears up to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10, Luck again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Colts defense, they work their way back onto the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of, great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Colts come after it, and they block it. And they are going to take possession of the football. But they will stop him before he gets to the marker, and they will take over after the block punt.
A terrific punt block, and that has to set them up in a position to try and get more points, don't you think, this time frame?
Absolutely, and what a momentum booster that could be into the lockers.
Oh, without a doubt. They score here, they sprint into the locker room, feeling really, really good about themselves.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Luck. He's got time in the pocket, and that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Seahawks haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Colts have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. 3rd and goal. The connection will be made from the gun. And now they get in for the touchdown. Now trailing by just 3. Colts have it at the 32. He'll jet out to the right on the run, and he'll take it in for the touchdown. Colts push the lead to 10. Seahawks take it at the 21. Here the pass would be completed into coverage, and he capped off the long drive with the TD, cutting the deficit to 3.
All right, Larry, these